but I just wanted to go over kind of what happened today, how you could have made some money from it. So, real quick, I just wanted to point out that I've had a couple people ask me about, like, in the channel where I do the 1K challenge, what was going on with the CGC puts. How could you have had CGC puts and made money? I had those for all of about 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Right up here at about 42, what is this? 42.49. Yeah, I bought puts at like 42.50 and then sold them at 42. I sold them at 42.30. So I think I got out right. Well, 41.30. My bad. It's going to be about right there. I held those from there to there. So that was. I can look. The alert was at 209. So right there. And then 41.30 right there. So 9 till 15. So I held that about 6 minutes. 6 minutes right there was my trade. That was 15% of my puts. I got out right there, and I didn't even watch the rest of the day. What it did, I don't care. Um, so that's that trade. It was just a quick kind of. I sensed that it was getting overbought, and how can you tell that? Well, if you look, well, is it on the daily? You could look at the RSI, and then yeah, right there. That's how I told. I figured that was getting overbought, and then it hit that point right there, which I thought was pretty important and was due for a pullback. And so all it would take was just a little bit of a push, since it was pretty overbought at the time and had just been going straight up. And so I just held for like a little quick pullback, and that's all that trade was. Literally about 6 minutes, 15%. So for your time, that's not bad at all. And what happened with this stock was there was news, and so it ran up. And really, if you would have had, I don't know if any of y'all have like a volume scanner or something, but if you do, really, if you had that volume scanner go off and you saw this, you should have just got in immediately. And sometimes what I'll do with that is just like the first sign of a pullback, maybe get out. That was a little bit quick, but from there to there, that would have been huge gains. And so if you're able to get in right away, you have to be careful with news, because even though it's just a couple minutes late, like if you get in right there after, what is that, 205, and this started at 135. So that is actually pretty long. But if you get in right here, you're gonna lose out. But anyway, it had a really significant news and just ran the whole day. So early bird gets the worm. Get in on that, and it works well. And then just as always, the SPY, going to it. What happened? So really, we just had another day where we were hoping for, I believe, gap to fill up here. Didn't ever fill. That's what I was looking for, though. How would you know when to enter? Well, I knew when to enter. Some people could have seen maybe that pattern right there and saw that was a reversal. But so these lines, I was looking on the 1 minute chart to see it, but that's where you would look to enter. Right there. I mean, you just see those 2 5 candles perfectly. That's from at the open, went straight red. So uh, you can see it better on the 1 minute. You want to see where we opened, and if we drop down, you want to see us break back above it. You want to see some sort of bullish momentum. And once we break out above it, I'm going to break out, and I'm going to go in calls, hoping for a gap fill, and that's my risk. And this trade broke down today. And you can go back and look. I said this in the chat. I said make sure you pay attention to 258.23. I said that about around 10 a.m. I think is when I noticed it. And sure enough, it hit basically exactly that point, 258.23, and it bounced off of it, and it never got above it. You have a little bit of wick above it. It's one of those wicks that's like about a millisecond. I didn't even notice it, but yeah, I mean, it hit 258. You can see the bodies of the candles never went above 258.23, and so that was actually a perfect call, predicted hours in advance, and it went up and hit it, and reversed and went down. And I have some people ask, how did you see that? I'm going to try to do a separate video. I don't have time to do one right now, at least, but I'll try to do one soon on support and resistance and how you see those lines. And so what you're looking for is significance. And so how do I see that? I just looked at the left of the chart and can see, I'm kind of looking, if you were to draw a line that would have predicted the most bounces off of any one given point, where would that have been? And to me, that line at, maybe that's not the greatest way of explaining it, but 258.23 is just, that really stood out to me. You see we hit it here, those two candles hit it, sold off. We hit it there, and you can tell that candle starts there, breaks above it, boom, right there, right there, right there. We go down, and it's not exactly right there, but we hit it before that sell off. Then when we hit it and break above, you can see that candle started there, tested it there. Okay, there we broke it, so that it didn't work exactly right there, but and then hit it there, 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 came back down, hit it there, and went back up. And so the most, I guess, like pivot points or place where the stock market really reacted to that price point, to me, that I saw lately. I just quickly looked left of the chart, and that sticks out to me as an important line, an important point. And so, we hit it, and the resistance, I guess, was too strong. I told people it was significant, and so we hit it, and we never came back from it. We hit it and bounced down and hit 257.50 and went back up, and yeah, just hit it and bounced right there. And that's pretty much all that happens. You could have entered right here, and then if it was me, be looking to get out at about 258.23. Realistically, since you can't catch every trade for some of you, especially if you don't have maybe hotkeys and are able to do scalps, then when we hit it, wait until we break below 258 to get out, and that would have given you a little bit of time to kind of prepare yourself. And so we're going to bounce off 258.23, and it's not going to immediately go down to 258, within a second. You'll have a little bit for that move, and so we bounce off that hard where we break below 258, get out. And that kind of formed a double top. We tested that level perfectly, and we could only get a wick on it right there. We couldn't even get the body of a candle. And so that means it's weak, and we just sold right off after that. So you had a little bit of a play from there to there that you could get. You never really got the gap fill up there that you were hoping for. And then I don't know if other people played it as much, but just real quick, I just wanted to, well, actually, let's point out on the on the SPY what moved it today. XLF, good one to keep up with. Financial sector. So this tells you overall what's going on in the financials. Started down here, so now you had a gap, and you can play options on this, so you can play this. You had a gap fill. You can tell right there, it hesitated a little bit. That means you predicted the gap fill correctly, because the market paid attention to it and bounced there. But anyway, so we had a gap fill, gapped down, then we filled it up and just kept on going. And so all those candles right there, you can kind of see straight up, and drug the SPY with it a little bit. Now it's not going to drag it as far, because of course that SPY is made up of a lot more than just financials. But so anyway, you had the financials shoot up, go back down, shoot up, and a good one to play on that would have been this. That was a good stock that kept on going. But anyway, a lot of the financials just kept on going and going. And then Amazon is a good one to play. It's a little bit more expensive, but Amazon had a gap fill, and you can tell it just rested at this level the whole day. But like so, 1,640 on Amazon. And so how would you have played this? Of course you can't. Well, actually, okay, on that candle it is pretty obvious that there was a reversal, because you do have that pattern. But so if you didn't see that pattern, you could have pretty easily probably seen that pattern for those candles. You have the bearish momentum, and where it ends, you just have the bullish candle start immediately. That's a good sign you're about to get an immediate reversal for sure. Those points line up perfectly, the bodies of the candles. And so you could have caught that and played the gap, or you could have done what I like to do sometimes, this is also a pretty safe way to play. And so you can see we started off with pretty hard bearish momentum there, so I can see that would have scared some people. We can go back to the 5-minute and see at the body of the candle where the top of it is, and as we break out above it, you can tell we respected it a little bit right there, and then broke out above it, test, 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 and take off. And so as soon as we get out above it is when you would look to buy calls, and you're going to have that level as your risk, and we never really went down below it. We went down below it about $1, I guess, right there for about a second, and then just went on and filled the gap. And so if you're looking for the gap fill on Amazon, or if you saw this reversal and played that in the gap fill, either way, you could have made some pretty good quick money on that. But yeah, there wasn't a ton that happened with the indexes specifically today, and there's a lot of stocks that I didn't really see a whole lot of movement, like Apple. This one was really, really bad. Nothing happened there. But so anyway, just before I go, just wanted to say real quick, like on CGC, yeah, this play that I had was just, I bought exactly right up there at the top because that's where that gap was that I saw out on the 1-year chart, and it was also very, very overextended, the stock was, and so I just bought it looking for a little bit of pullback. Saw that around 41, it was a good time to get out. And so it didn't quite get to 41. Like I said, I sold at 41.30. I didn't catch the entire move. The low was 41.05, so those options probably could have went up, a couple dollars higher. But I can't catch every move perfectly. But so anyway, I just had that move for, I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes, and that's all that was. I do not think CGC is bearish. Do not hold puts. I would not hold puts overnight on this. I mean, maybe you'll get a little bit of a move back down just because it was so high. And if you did expect to move back down, you're going to see probably buyers jump in at 41, and you're going to see buyers jump in here. And anyway, that's all I really have for the recap video today. Not a ton of moves, but definitely still chances to make money as always, and it's pretty good money. And so I hope that helped y'all. I'm looking to make a video on support and resistance soon. I think a lot of people have been asking for that, and on a lot of the other trades. I didn't do as much trading with the SPY today, but usually I do. Kind of wondering, these, like people say, like these lines, you predicted the move very, very accurately of what was going to happen, but where does this come from? Where do you see them? And so I'm going to try to do a video about that, kind of showing you guys where to see it. That's going to probably be a pretty lengthy video because some of that stuff is really hard to do. I do have to tell you, I'll explain as much as I can in the video so as to move your learning forward a good bit very fast, but that stuff does come from experience. It is just like, it does come from experiences where they're difficult to do, I would say, in the beginning. But so anyway, I hope that helps y'all. I'm looking forward to make that video to help y'all in the future.